Hi, new to the magazine, and today we are exploring how Resident Evil 7 Biohazard relates to real life. We explain all the metaphors and the hidden meaning behind it, basically how the game relates to real life, the scenes in the game that relate to real life, and some little secrets diving into Eveline's origin story, and how she relates to real life and the metaphor side as well. Remember, there is going to be spoilers for Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and not only Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, but for the DLC and maybe even Resident Evil Village. So, if you're caught with the two Resident Evil games with Ethan, then you should really go back into it. First metaphor for this game is at the start of the game. Ethan mentioned that he had to find out what happened. This dives deep into the mystery of the Baker's house, what they're doing here, who Eveline is. This is a metaphor because we human beings are interested in what we don't know. Thing is though, we don't know a lot of things. We know a lot of things as we go older, and as we go older they say we get wiser. So we know more stuff as we go along. We gain more experience in different stuff, and we all communicate with each other and learn different stuff from each other, which is really good. But the problem is that we always want to know what we don't know, and the mysteries that surround this world. We want to know the truth, but sometimes we can't even handle the truth. That's a problem. I think that's part of what we all have, is that the reason why we all lie and try to cover up some stuff with lying is because we can't really handle the truth. We are too afraid that that person or that group of people can't even handle the truth. And for the most part, that is true. That's why men lie. That's actually why women lie as well. That's why men lie so much, because we are afraid when you're gonna react to the truth we tell you. And most likely, we honestly know what you're gonna say. We honestly dive deep into it. We basically stayed up nights, think about it thoroughly, about what you're gonna say when you do that. And this kind of overthinking as well. But honestly, as I said before, we have to know what we don't know. We have to know the truth. So the mysteries that surround us and the stuff we want to discover about this world and everything around it. I mean, there's so many mysteries that can start. I mean, there's so many mysteries. I don't know where to start with it and where to end with it. There's a lot of mysteries, an endless cycle of learning stuff every single day. A lot of industries, a lot of stuff in this world, space, ocean, a lot of stuff, systems. We don't know a lot of things. And as you go older and as you gain more experience, you will hopefully, whatever's best, gain the truth. And that's what we good to know. The problem is that we gotta know how to handle the truth. When truth comes to us, you gotta think thoroughly. You can't just give out anger and that sadness, everything. You gotta sit down and just think about it for a second. Think about it thoroughly, about what's going on in your world. Question everything you know, as I say. And of course, there's a lot of things you could question. I mean, you could question how God in you is this, but that's honestly something that have to have happen. Everything has an endpoint. God is the ultimate endpoint. So yeah, it's a lot of things you gotta question. Question why stuff are bad, why stuff are good, why stuff are labeled as bad in religions, and all kind of stuff. It's a lot of questioning you have to do, and because a lot of things are corrupted nowadays if you don't know about it. But I'm not going to explain everything inside this video, or it's just way too long, and this video may not be actually as good as I wanted it to be. So to keep it short, knowing the truth can also harm us. Thinking thoroughly about what's actually going on and how can this help me improve myself into a better person, because honestly, all I want you viewers to do is to live the best life possible, to become the best version of yourself. That's all I want to honestly do. I know it probably sounds appealing from other people, but honestly, it's what I want to do. I'm trying to become the best version of myself, and you should become the best version of yourself too, because that's honestly what I want from you guys, nothing else. Best version of yourself and be a good and honest person. That's all I want from you guys. Alright, moving on. The second metaphor is a general one throughout the game of Resident Evil 7. If you have played or watched Resident Evil 7, you will see how terrifying it is. Ethan tries to save his wife, Mia, no matter what he must go through. Now, this obviously is a general thing, not only in Resident Evil, but in many horror games and many games in general. When there is a story objective, no matter what they have to go through, they will never give up. And I think this is what I really want to say, that you should never give up no matter what you have to go through. Now, I'm not too sure if I explained this in my previous Metaphoric videos, but honestly, in this one, I will explain this one. Basically, in general, Resident Evil 7 is a really terrifying game. Actually, it scared a lot of people. Resident Evil Village was actually really nice. If you didn't know, Resident Evil Village was actually my first game I played Resident Evil series, well, played personally. And honestly, Resident Evil 7 was really scary. It actually gave a lot of people nightmares, which is actually something I didn't expect from the game. Of course, it was really scary. I mean, Mia was definitely terrifying, Baker's family definitely terrifying, Eveline was terrifying to a lot of people, but as I said before, I don't really live in fear of that. I don't really live in fear of basically a lot of things, basically. I stopped fearing things for a long time for some reason. I guess because I'm tired of holding back. I'm tired of, not revealing a brave side. So that's why I have been trying to be brave every single day, because I have to face my fears, and you should face your fears too. Because honestly, you can never give up on your dreams and your goals. You can never give up on what do you want to do. I mean, the best way I can put this is, where do you see yourself in like 10 years, a year from now, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years? When you're on your deathbed, where do you see yourself looking back at your life? What do you want your life to be like when you die? I mean, when you look back to your life, and you look back all the years and you passed, when you're 9 years old and whatever, and you're on your deathbed, and you want to know how I live my life, then what do you want the life to be? What do you want to become? What kind of person do you be remembered as? And if it's good, then by all means, go improve it every single day. Then just do tasks that can improve yourself mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, and other stuff that is good. This is a general thing. Just never give up on anything. Basically, if it's good for you and you feel like it's gonna improve your life in a good way, you should never give up on it, because quitters always lose in the end. Again, you're going to fail. Don't worry. Don't think that, oh, because I failed something that is not meant for me. No, it's a test. It's a test. It's a test for you, and you gotta struggle. With struggle comes ease, okay? With hardship comes ease. You gotta expect struggle. There is no way of luck inside this universe. The way you get lucky is actually you make your own luck. Of course, people get luckier than other people, but that's because they make their own luck. And that's how it goes. I mean, sure, there is luckier than other people. That doesn't mean that you're not going to make it. Of course, you're going to make it. And I believe in every one of you. There are always going to be people who put you down for your dreams and goals, man. There is always going to be. Even I may be doing that sometimes. And I regret it sometimes, because I don't know what gets into me sometimes. But honestly, what you gotta do is listen to yourself and know what's best for you. Because honestly, you know what you like, you know what you want to do, you know what you want to be in the next 20 years from now. So if that is so, then do tasks every single day that can improve yourself to where you want to be in 20 years, 30 years from now, whatever, right? I mean, you can still go on with your usual life, whatever you do in your usual day-to-day basis, but add some stuff that will improve your life, kind of best version of yourself. That's just basically, you gotta never give up. That's basically what this thing really is. Never give up on yourself and other people. Alright, so a third metaphor you can see clearly when playing the game is when you see Lucas's area and watch this video. You're seeing that not everyone has to turn back time and go to the way things used to be. Now this metaphor is a little, I don't know, hard for me to decipher, hard for me to clarify, so I'm going to try my best. So basically, no one wants to turn back their time. So if stuff had changed in your life and you don't want to turn back time and go back where you used to be, then maybe you should rethink that. If it's a good thing, if it was better in the past, maybe you should turn back time. I mean, of course, we all miss those times in our childhood when we used to come home and just play video games or watch whatever we want. You don't have a responsibility back then, and you always want to turn back time to those moments that we have. Those moments we can't turn back time. We honestly can't. And the reason why is because those memories are just memories. Those memories are to cherish and to hold on to. And remember that you came so far as a human being, and you can't just give up now. Of course, if you want to go back to the way things used to be in a good way, by all means, do it. If you turn back time in a bad way, it's just going to be bad for you in the end. And honestly, you need to look back and say, what can I do to improve my life? Or what can I do to improve other people's life? If you should play with your friends, you should watch movies and friends, TV shows, it's still possible to do that. And family, too. If you used to spend a lot of time with your family or friends, and now you can't because of responsibilities and stuff, then you need to do those kind of stuff. You start bringing back them together, and honestly, you start hanging out with them a lot more, because honestly, hanging out with people you love is honestly one of the best things on earth. I mean, earning a lot of money is honestly really cool as well, but honestly, there's stuff above money. There's only really not much things above money really, but there's two more important things than money, which is love, because without love you don't have people around you, and it's not gonna be a nice life when you come home to an empty home with nobody around, you know. So you really gotta have love, and also health. Nothing's fun without health. If you don't have your health, your body die, nothing really matters. You can have $1 billion, man. You could be a whole multi-billionaire, but honestly, if your body die, what it really matters, right? Honestly, the love for your family, your friends, the health you have, the money you have or had, it can all end up coming back. It can all make you even better. You all gotta improve your life basically, and not everyone will turn back time honestly. But you could come back and say, okay, this is what I used to do in the past, let's take out this bad stuff and let's take back this good stuff. Okay, finally you got a metaphor down. The thing that I'm actually really trying to tell you is that when you look back to your past and say, okay, this is the bad stuff I used to do in the past, take out that. But this is the good stuff I used to do, let's take in that. Let's do that. Because the good stuff you used to do in the past and that fun time you used to have that is good, that's honestly really good for you and others, then we've stole that back. I know that was the third metaphor. The following metaphors are in Eveline's origin story. In the game, you can see this on the ship when you are playing as Mia and Ethan. You can also see this toward the end of the game. Eveline's origin story, I have dived deep into it a lot of times, 2 times actually. It was an Eveline Metaphoric video, and it was the Eveline Shadow Deals Metaphoric video. Now, most likely not a lot of you saw that, so I'm gonna go brief upon Eveline's origin story. Basically, well, it wasn't Evil 7, Eveline was an experiment. As before, Resident Evil spoilers will be here, so if you haven't, this is your warning right now. Here you go. Mother Miranda is obviously crazy, and Mother Miranda is a woman who wants to revive her daughter back. 2 hours in your village, she just wanted to revive her daughter back. The problem is that, you know, I already dived deep into Resident Evil Village Metaphoric video about Mother Miranda and everything, so if you want to see that, it'll be in the description below. The problem is that with Mother Miranda wanting to revive Evie, her actual daughter that died in the Spanish flu, in an attempt, she created Eveline. The reason why is because they give Mother Miranda basically give part of the mold about the mutant mycete to a company. Now we don't know who this company is. I thought it was a BSAA at first. It could have been Umbrella, but honestly, a company developed and created by Mother Miranda. I don't know who this company really is, who this competitor really is, but they're up to no good. And honestly, I think something needs to be done about this. It could be BSAA, it could be Umbrella, it could be anybody, to be honest with you, but we don't know who it could be. The problem is that Eveline was experimented on. She was given by Mother Miranda as a sort of mold, a part of Minimycete, and they were trying to experiment it on to make Evie back to life, but instead, by Mother Miranda's word, they created a failure called Eveline. Now, Eveline is a really cool, well, entity and a child. I mean, she grows really fast. As you can see inside the game, she actually appears to be the grandma at the end of the game, which is honestly a plot twist, which I didn't expect seeing, but honestly it's a really cool plot twist. I really like it a lot. But, as I said before, Eveline was an entity, and even though her original form is a little girl, her ultimate form was revealed at the end of the game. Eveline, well, she just wanted a family basically, and the problem with that is she just wanted love basically, and I touched on this before, but Eveline just wanted a family honestly, and she just wanted many friends and stuff like that, and she was never content with what she really had. I mean, the Baker, they brought Eveline back in, and now she just took control of them, it affected them. I was honestly happy to the Baker's family. I thought Baker's family, they had a metaphor, because Eveline took over them. They took over their bodies, forces away inside their mind, as Jack Baker says in that flashback, or whatever that dream sequence is, where Ethan was. He literally says that Eveline just forces your way into your mind, and you just become a different person after that. So that's why, like, Jack Baker, Marguerite, Lucas, they really had a metaphor. I love how Lucas for that one metaphor would turn back time, but still, that's why they don't really have any metaphors, because it just forces your way through your body and through your mind. That's why Mia doesn't have any metaphors either, and that's why Zoe didn't have Metaphoric either. But you gotta realize that there's still so much family around. Evelyn was mostly alone in her free time. Baker's family basically. They brought Eveline in, and this is what happens. That's why anyone can trust Eveline. If you're not a good person, no one's not gonna take you in, and that's the reality. You gotta be a good, content, nice person. That's not what Eveline was. She was trying to force your way towards your body. I mean, in the end, it wasn't your village. She did clear us about who Ethan really was. He was a mold and whatever. And we saw this Resident Evil Shadows of Shadows of Wolves DLC also. And she was experimenting on a lot of times. And with that, she was growing very old. She turned out to be a grandma. Now, how is metaphor? Well, I already explained that because of how is a metaphor. Because, well, we all want love, and we all have family, we all have friends, and we all want people around us to love us. And the problem is that we gotta look onto yourself and say, we gotta love ourselves first. You gotta say, oh, okay, you don't really need anyone else. But honestly, once you can do it by yourself and love yourself, then you need a team. You can start stuff by yourself. By all means, start stuff by yourself. You can form a team of it that will love you, that will do your stuff, and that will help you throughout your life. And you should help them throughout their life too. So by learning how to love yourself, exercise a lot, eat right, make sure you don't eat and drink too much, take out alcohol, take out all this kind of stuff. I know it kind of seems, well, crazy to take alcohol, but honestly, you gotta know why. I'm not gonna say here why you should take out that kind of stuff. You gotta do the research for yourself. If you do the research on yourself and see the effects of bad stuff, and ultimately haram stuff in Islam, if you look into it and see why it's haram, then it's going to be, well, really good. It's going to inform you that, hey, it's not that because you're trying to let you live a bad life. No, it's for you to live a good life, so you to improve yourself and become the best version of yourself. That's why he's like that. That's why he's telling you not to do these things, because he knows that it's bad for you. That's why haram things are bad for you. That's why bad stuff is most religions are bad stuff actually, because they are really bad for you. Like, we're kind of off topic here, I think, but Eveline was never content with what she had, and she didn't know how to love herself, I think, really much, and she just didn't know how to love herself after all she had been through, and she didn't know how to love herself after all everything, man. In the end, he just wanted me and Ethan to come back into that sort of dimension world kind of thing. I don't know where Ethan is. Hopefully he comes back with Evil 9, I don't know. He just wanted me and Ethan to get his world and take care of Eveline. Now, that's a bad thing, honestly. Eveline is really selfish, and that's why you gotta look into selfishness, you gotta look into the love, the support that other people give you. Even Rose decided to think and care about this girl Eveline, but honestly, Eveline just throws away anyone that is anyone trying to help her. She just throws away them. She doesn't appreciate their love and support. Honestly, we can't just let everybody leave us, honestly. We gotta let everybody come to us and you have form an agreement. Alright, last metaphor for this video. Now, it's actually in a DOS DLC where you go to this computer and type 1019, the usual code that works. You can see how the family treats Lucas, and honestly, it isn't nice. Lucas isn't all innocent. He does complain rather than confront them. By the way, this diary is from before Eveline came, so it can't be because of her. Lucas is not that really good of a kid either. He always likes to complain and stuff like that. And there is something about complaining. You gotta stop complaining. I mean, again, you do this for yourself, but complaining is really bad. You complain about every little thing you have, because if you complain about every single little thing you have, it will get annoying to yourself and other people. Because no one likes complaining. No one likes to complain about things. Just be quiet and just honestly think about what you're gonna say. Just stop complaining. Research about it, and see how complaining is really bad for you. Complaining is just really bad. It's just useless to complain about a lot of stuff. Also, that is how the family really treats Lucas as a person, really. I mean, you saw how Jack, Marguerite, and Zoe treat Lucas. They just start treating Lucas as somebody who is part of the family, and Lucas is just another person. That's why most likely Jack, Marguerite, and Zoe is like that to Lucas. But honestly, he needs to stop complaining. And also, the family needs to confront him about his issue, but anything. Man, I know they're dead now. Well, how far as I know they're dead. Honestly, the family was needed to confront Lucas about the issue about complaining, and Lucas need to confront this issue to his family about how they treat him. That's how it goes. Honestly, you need to confront people. Your fears and desires and all this kind of stuff, you need to start looking into them and find out if it's good for you. And just confront your family, confront your friends, confront anybody that is giving you a problem. Confront them and tell them what you want to tell them. Because honestly, confronting them is better than backbiting, better than complaining, better than doing all these other stuff. It's better because, you confront them, you can look at the issue. And if they're not willing to change for you, they need, by all means, just ignore them from now on. Because they need to know why they need to change. Complaining is not going to lead you to a good world. Also, treating other people bad is not going to lead you to a good world as well. The reason why the Baker's family would treat Lucas bad is because she was complaining a lot. And vice versa, Lucas was complaining a lot because his family treated him like, well, bad. I mean, we need to stop complaining. A lot of people complain a lot, and we need to stop complaining a lot. And honestly, you need to start appreciating what you have. Also, remember that somewhere in the whole wide world, there's still people out there that love you. I got that from Joe Baker from the Dollars DLC. So that is a metaphor actually also. Not from the Dollars DLC, from the end of the Zoe DLC. That is still the end of the Zoe DLC. He said there's still family out there that love you. And there's still people out there that love you, basically. And there is still people out there that still love you. Even though you might not think they love you, they actually still do love you. So yeah, by all means, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Thank you all for watching. I know this longer than I really expected to be. Right now it's 32 minutes recording. I'm not sure if it's going to be cut down that much. I'll see how it goes. But honestly, I need to talk about this a lot. I did repeat some stuff, so I'll probably go with cloud of repeating stuff. But honestly, I hope you all did enjoy this video. I hope you all did learn a lot of stuff new. Please do leave a like and subscribe. Because honestly, I'm gonna do more of these Metaphoric videos. Well, as time goes on, doing more playthroughs about me facing my fears and diving deep into this kind of stuff, and also do some random games and random previews here and there. So yeah, by the way, you're still looking at the description below, so just check them out and to end screens. Anyways, a nice rest of your day, and bye.